again, an overt reference to blood libel. So that's not even a dog whistle, you know. That's pretty straightforward. You know, that's right there. You know, that's not a dog whistle. That's about as direct as it gets. That's just straightforwardly what a Nazi would say when talking about Jews. No difference in language would be used. It would be exactly the same. That is just what they say. Yeah, not a dog whistle, more of a bullhorn or a foghorn from like a big boat. So that's wild. I didn't see that. I'm surprised that I didn't. I guess that slipped me by. Days earlier, Owens dabbled in other anti-Semitic tropes by suggesting there's a Jewish gang in Hollywood. Right. You know, Candace Owens is a shameless grifter. I mean, one of the clearest examples of her grift is that she's sort of like built her punditry on the claim that she hasn't experienced discrimination when she has literally filed lawsuits for racial discrimination in the past before becoming a conservative pundit. We know that she's a grifter, but it is in fact possible for a person to be a grifter and sincerely a Nazi. And that's in part because sometimes people lie and sometimes they don't. That's because, you know, it's possible to have sets of beliefs that you actually do adhere to, but then other ones you'll kind of shift around. It's possible for a person to grift into a somewhat sincere position that they'll like hold to, you know? And also, because Nazism is so often overtly anti-empiricist, it is possible to simultaneously grift on and believe something, you know? This is really common with a specific subset of 4chan Nazi, where they will believe every crazy conspiracy theory and lunatic belief that you've ever heard of. Maybe. You know, they'll say those things, and whether or not they actually believe it seems to be more a matter of how effectively you can make them seem ridiculous for believing in it, you know? It's more a matter of like whether it's more emotionally satisfying for it to be an insincere or a sincere belief, and it kind of shifts depending on the circumstances. You know, that kind of person who you could get to disavow a belief but then just ends up believing that thing again in the future, right? Until it gets like pushed back against again. It's a weird kind of thing. I don't know. The belief that everybody believes in the value of truth is very liberal, I think. Very liberal bias. Here's her tweet. Check the replies. They're hilarious. Her tweet to what? Ah, yes, the rumors are true. I am finally free. Go support my work over here. So Candace Owens probably isn't going to get as much exposure now that she's out from Daily Wire because deplatforming works. But I anticipate a very hard right shift with her content. You know, like considering what she was let go for. You know what she wants to say. I imagine she's going to shift in that direction. Rate the drip. Is this Teddy Fresh? Don't know if they would like her using their merch. So I anticipate her getting like a Twitter exclusive show, supported by Elon any day now. You know, I said this before though, didn't I? You didn't look at the replies. I didn't care to. You know, I've said this for a while now. The big splitting up point for the Daily Wire was, at least to some extent, going to be October 7th because a lot of the Daily Wire is just Nazi shit. You know, Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles also have a toe dipped pretty heavily in that side of things. Ben Shapiro doesn't. I mean, he's a fascist, of course, and fascists agree with Nazis on a lot, but, you know, he's not a Nazi. And that is, you know, going to be a large split. And I guess to an extent it has been now. TMZ got some insider leaks, nothing too surprising. Fired over alleged anti-Semitism. That's shocking. The last straw for the Daily Wire was her March 8 appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Wait, when a woman goes on the Fresh and Fit podcast, isn't their job just to get like ogled and objectified? Were they just telling her she had nice tits? What do you do as a woman on the Fresh and Fit podcast? Is it because she's also a black Nazi that they like laid it off and they just talked about Jews or Hollywood for a while? Well, it was the split, the Pillar Man. I have to admit, I did expect Ben Shapiro to leave before Candace, but I guess he's holding on strong for now. Ben Shapiro does have more control over Daily Wire than she does. I can't cover Fresh and Fit. They DMCA strike like a motherfucker. They're super vindictive. If they don't like you or don't like your coverage, they'll DMCA strike you. Isn't DW basically Ben's? Well, all conservative political groups are basically like a swarm of dark money. But yeah, Ben Shapiro does have a lot of control over it. Yeah, he's one of the co-founders. Candace Owens says Ice Spice fart single sets American society back. Okay. Ice Spice the rapper, yes. Who the f is Ice Spice? Only one of the hottest bitches in the market. Are you kidding me? You kidding me right now? You don't know who Ice Spice is? She's gorgeous. Her music is mid, though. I don't remember any of her music. I don't listen to music. How should I know? You know, whatever.